Welcome to today class of nonlinear vibration. So, in this module we are studying how to solve these nonlinear differential equations. So, initially we have gone for the qualitative analysis and then I told you regarding these numerical methods. So, where we can use this Runge-Kutta method. So, this fourth order Runge-Kutta method can be conveniently used by writing or solving this first order differential equation. So, if you have second order differential equation which is generally retained for the dynamical systems. So, you can first convert those second order differential equation to a set of two first order differential equation. So, after getting the differential first order differential equation, so you can use this procedure to write down your own code, or you can use the standard codes available in different softwares. For example, in case of MATLAB, so you have several functions available. For example, you can take this ODE, you can find ODE 15, ODE 23, ODE 23, then ODE 45. So, the purpose of all these functions are different. So, you can go through the purpose of all these functions. Generally, you can use this ODE 45, this is fourth and fifth order Runge-Kutta method to find the solution of a differential equation. So, here this is the fourth order Runge-Kutta method. So, where you are using 4 constants, that is K1, K2, K3, K4, and by writing down these equations, so you can easily solve for a given value of initial condition. So, taking an initial condition of x0, y0, so you can solve this differential equation of the form dy by dx equal to fxy by using this numerical method. So, this numerical method is a very powerful method for solving the differential equation. So, we have seen some examples also, and you know how to plot these. So, let us skip all this part, and here also I told you differential some other methods, perturbation methods or some approximate methods. So, you can use some approximate methods to find the solution. So, these are some of the approximate methods actually to finding the solution. So, you can do the straightforward expansion, then these harmonic balance methods, Lindstedt-Poincare method, method of averaging, method of multiple scale. So, in this week we are studying the straightforward expansion method, then method of Lindstedt-Poincare method. So, this is the modified Lindstedt method, we will study later. So, straightforward expansion, Lindstedt-Poincare method and harmonic balance method. So, already we have seen the straightforward expansion. Today I will tell regarding this Lindstedt-Poincare method and this harmonic balance method. So, in straightforward expansion method, so you have seen by directly expanding this equation. For example, you have taken the straightforward expansion where this is the nonlinear governing equation having quadratic and cubic nonlinearity. So, just now you have expanded this x t epsilon, where epsilon is a bookkeeping parameter. So, which is less than 1, very less than 1. So, t epsilon you can writing in this form epsilon into x1 plus epsilon square into x2 plus epsilon cube into x3, and you can add the higher order terms also by substituting the second equation. So, in first equation and ordering, writing different order of epsilon, so you can get several equations. And so, for example, you got for this case, the first case, the order of epsilon is x1 double dot plus omega 0 square x1 equal to 0. The solution of this thing you know. So, now the second equation you will write in such way that, so in the left hand side you will have the unknown parts and right hand side you will have the known part. For example, already you got the solution of x1. So, this x1 terms will be in the right hand side. So, your order of epsilon square, this is equal to x2 double dot plus omega 0 square x2 equal to minus alpha 2 x1 square. So, you are substituting the solution of x1 in this equation. So, now you got the solution of x2. So, you can write the, so the solution can be in two parts, one will be the particular integral and other one will be the complementary function. So, in the complementary function, so you will have the constants which depend on the initial conditions. So, similarly, now you can, after getting this x1 x2 expression, so you can write down this third equation. So, as you have taken order of epsilon q. So, in the third equation also in the left hand side unknown terms with x3 will be there, and in the right hand side you have the terms with the known term, that is x1 and x2. So, now by solving, so you know your x1 and x2. So, knowing this x1 x2 you can substitute in the this equation to find the expression. So, this is x3 expression for x3. So, you can see by putting these initial conditions, so you can get the solution of this equation. So, here you are observing that finally you are getting a solution, so which is a function of t. So, as t tends to infinite, so this expression, that is x3 tends to infinite also, but as the solutions are bounded. So, this type of solution is not feasible, and so that is why one has to modify this equation or modified this procedure, straightforward expansion procedure to find the solution. In actual case, these terms which is involving this t are known as the secular term. So, one has to circumvent or one has to work in such way that this term has to be eliminated. So, this to modify this method. So, one has used this Lindstedt-Poincare method. So, in this Lindstedt-Poincare method, so the time is retained by using another non-dimensional time parameter, that is tau. So, tau is the non-dimensional time. So, you know this omega is in radian per second, omega is in radian per second, and this time in second. So, the unit of tau is in radian, that is non-dimensional. So, by using a non-dimensional time tau, so we can first let us write tau equal to omega t. So, here you just note that omega is an unspecified function of epsilon. So, now we can write this omega as a parameter of epsilon. So, omega can be written as omega 0 plus epsilon omega 1 plus epsilon square omega 2. So, up to higher order terms also can be written, and x, like previous case, we can write this x equal to epsilon x 1 plus epsilon square x 2 plus epsilon cube x 3. So, now substituting these two in our original equation, that is x double dot plus omega 0 square x plus alpha x square plus beta x q. So, in that form, or we can write this equation in a simplified way like this, that is d square x by dt square plus alpha n x to the power n equal to 0, summation n equal to 1 to n alpha n x to the power n equal to 0. So, where this alpha 1 equal to, so you can take alpha 1 equal to omega 0 square. So, this equation if you take n equal to 3 will reduce the previous equation what we have studied, otherwise you can take higher order terms also. So, now we can by substituting this previous equation. So, first we have to write, so if we are substituting, for example, this is d square x by dt square plus, for example, let me write only 3 terms, that is omega 0 square x plus second term will be alpha. So, this is alpha 1, then alpha 2 x square plus alpha 3 x q equal to 0. So, alpha 3 x q equal to 0. So, we are substituting tau equal to, so tau equal to omega t, tau equal to omega t if we are substituting, then this d square x by dt square can be written as d by dt of dx by dt. So, again, so this is can be written by d by dt of dx by dt can be written as dx by d tau into d tau by dt. So, from this equation d tau by dt equal to omega. So, again this d by dt can be written by d by d tau into d tau by dt. So, omega into omega. So, that will give you omega square. So, first term will be equal to omega square d square by d tau square x. So, this becomes omega square. So, this is omega square d square x by d tau square. So, you will get this term plus summation n equal to 1 to capital N alpha n x to the power n equal to 0. So, now we can substitute the expression for omega what you have written in the previous slide. So, omega equal to omega 0. So, omega 0 is known to us, omega 0 is nothing but this omega 0 square equal to alpha. So, omega 0 square equal to, so omega 0 square equal to alpha 1. So, omega equal to omega 0 plus epsilon omega 1 plus epsilon square omega 2. So, higher order terms also can be written. So, in this way we can write this expression for omega. So, this becomes omega square plus omega square into, so this is d square by dt square into, for x we are substituting this term, that is epsilon x 1 plus epsilon square x 2 plus epsilon q x 3. So, we kept up to third term. So, this is the thing plus this n equal to 1 to n alpha n epsilon x 1 plus epsilon square x 2 plus epsilon q x 3 plus, so higher order terms depends on up to what term you want to take. So, to the power n. So, generally we will take this n, so to a finite number. So, that we can easily expand this thing. So, if it is n equal to small, that is 1 or 2, you can manually expand this thing, but if it is not small, so it is difficult to expand. So, in that case you must have to use the symbolic software or symbolic method to expand this thing. So, I will show you some example. So, how you can use this Mathematica or this MATLAB to symbolically expand these parameters and then collect the coefficients. So, this way by substituting these two here, so you can write down and collecting, so the order of epsilon. So, like in the previous straightforward expansion case, so you can collect the order of epsilon, so that you can write this d square x 1 by d tau square plus x 1 equal to 0. So, this is the first equation. So, the solution of this is known to you, that is x 1 you can find, and then so order of epsilon square. So, if you collect all the coefficient, this is one coefficient you got, the second coefficient you will get this way, omega 0 square into d square x 2 by d tau square plus x 2 equal to minus 2 0 2 omega 0 omega 1 d square x 1 by d tau square minus alpha 2 x 1 square. Similarly, you can get another term, that is omega 0 square into d square x 3 by d tau square plus x 3 minus equal to minus 2 omega 0 omega 1 d square x 1 by d tau square minus 2 alpha 2 x 1 x 2 minus omega 1 square plus 2 omega 0 omega 2 d square x 1 by d tau square. So, what we are doing? So, in the left hand side we are keeping the unknown parameter, and in the right hand side we are putting all the known parameters. So, by solving this first equation, so you can get the solution to be in this form, that is x 1 equal to a cos tau plus beta. So, here this is a second order differential equation, here your omega equal to 1. So, that is why, so the solution is a cos omega tau plus beta, and that omega equal to 1. So, this becomes tau. So, a and beta are constant, otherwise you can write it in this form also, a cos tau plus b sin tau, or in this form, or you can write using the e term also. So, now knowing this x1 equal to a cos tau plus beta, where a and beta till now is unknown to us. So, which can be determined at a later stage by using the initial condition. So, substituting this x1 in the second equation you just see. So, this is d square x1 by d tau square minus alpha 2 x1 square. So, easily we can substitute it in this equation and we can write down this equation. The second equation can be written. So, you just see the second equation is written in this form, that is equal to omega 0 square d square x2 by d tau square plus x2 equal to 2 omega 0 omega 1 a cos tau plus beta, and in the second part, so you have a cos square beta term. So, that thing can be written by using this cos 2 beta. So, as you know, so this cos square 1 plus cos 2 tau. So, you just see this term. So, cos a cos tau plus beta. So, here you have x1 square. So, x1 square will give you a square cos square tau plus beta. So, a square. So, you have to find how we can write a square cos square tau plus beta. So, many students used to do mistake here. So, they must have to expand this thing and write that thing by using this cos 2 theta form. So, as you know, this 1 plus cos 2 theta equal to 1 plus cos square theta minus sin square theta. So, this 1 minus sin square theta equal to cos square theta. So, this becomes 2 cos square theta. So, cos square theta can be written, cos square theta can be written equal to half 1 plus cos 2 theta. So, here, so in this equation, if you equate to this equation, then this cos square tau plus beta. So, this tau plus beta can be written as theta, tau plus beta is theta. So, this cos square theta becomes half into 1 plus cos 2 theta. So, that is written in this here. So, minus half alpha 2 a square is kept here, 1 plus cos 2 theta is tau plus beta. So, this way you can expand this second term and write down this one. So, now you can observe that in this equation omega 0 square d square x2 by d tau square plus x2 equal to 2 omega 0 omega 1 a cos tau plus beta minus half alpha 2 a square 1 plus cos 2 tau plus beta. So, here the solution, so you can find the solution of this equation. Okay. So, now the solution of this equation can, the particular solution you can write the particular solution of this equation. So, that will be equal to 2 omega 0 omega 1 a cos tau plus beta by d square plus 1. So, this term can be, so this term will lead to a term, a secular term. So, to eliminate this secular term, as the coefficient you just see. So, here the particular integral if you want to write. So, the particular integral will be 2 omega 0 omega 1 a cos tau plus beta. So, by, so this omega 0 square, and so here we will write this is equal to d square plus 1. So, here the coefficient of this thing equal to 1. So, here in place of d square we have to put minus 1. So, this minus 1 plus 1. So, this becomes 0. So, as this is becoming 0, so this whole term tends to infinite. So, as this whole term tends to infinite, so this is known as a secular term. So, this term is known as a secular term. So, as the solution is bounded, so this term must has to be eliminated, and so as you know this cos term cos tau plus beta, so it will have a maximum value of minus 1 to plus 1. So, this cannot be, so this term always is not 0. Similarly, a, if it is not trivial state, a is also not equal to 0, and omega 0 equal to root over alpha 1. So, that is also not equal to 0. So, to eliminate the secular term we must have omega 1 equal to 0. So, you may note that while we have retained this term omega, so this term omega, so only omega 0 term is known to us. So, we have to determine the value of omega 1, omega 2, and by eliminating secular terms actually we can get all those terms. So, here we have seen, so while eliminating this term, so we know that this term can be eliminated only if omega 1 equal to 0. So, in this way we got the value of omega 1. So, now this omega 0 square d 0 square x 2 by d tau square plus x 2 becomes minus half alpha 2 a square into 1 plus cos 2 tau plus beta. So, from this thing, so these particular solutions can be found which can be written in this form. For this cos 2 tau plus beta value, so similar way you can find the particular integral. So, in place of d square you have to substitute minus 4. So, minus 4 plus 1, so this becomes 3. So, this 3 is coming due to that one, and for this 1 also. So, this is a constant. So, constant by d 0 square, constant by omega square into d square plus 1. So, you can take this to the top and then expand that thing by using binomial theorem, and you can get the particular solution. So, by doing that way you can get the expression for x 2 equal to minus alpha 2 a square by 2 omega 0 square 1 minus this 1 by 3 cos 2 tau plus beta. So, now, so already you got the expression for x 1, now you got the expression for x 2. So, we can substitute this expression for x 1 and x 2 in the third equation, that is in the expression for x 3. So, omega 0 square d square x 3 by d tau square tau square. So, this is square tau square plus x 3 equal to, now you just substitute other terms. So, you can get this term, the first term you just see, the first term is the coefficient of cos tau plus beta, and then minus 1 by 4 2 alpha 2 square 3 omega 0 square alpha 3 into a cube. So, here you just note, you just see this will lead to, like in the previous case here, this term also leads to the secular term as the coefficient of tau equal to 1 here. So, doing this particular integral, so you can divide this by d 0 square plus 1, and here the d 0 you have to substitute by minus 1. So, that leads to a secular term. So, we must have to eliminate the secular term. So, to eliminate the secular term, the coefficient of cos tau plus beta must be equal to 0. So, we must have to put this part equal to 0. So, already you just see we know the expression for omega 0, omega 1 we have found to be 0, and from this thing, so we can know the expression for omega 2. So, now by substituting this part equal to 0, so we can write this omega 2 equal to 9 alpha 3 omega 0 square minus 10 alpha 2 square by 24 omega 0 cube into a square. So, you just see, so now we got one relation between omega 2 and a. So, a, where a is the amplitude and omega 2. So, you have seen, so omega 2 is part of this omega. So, now the expression for x can be written in this form. So, already we know that expression we have written x equal to epsilon x 1 plus epsilon square x 2 plus epsilon cube x 3. So, that is the expression we have written. So, now keeping up to epsilon square, so we can write this thing as x equal to epsilon x 1. So, already we know x 1 expression is a cos omega t plus beta, and epsilon square x 2 expression is this expression for x 2. So, now one part we have eliminated, and the remaining part is this. So, the expression for this thing we can find from the particular integral of that part. So, from that thing, so we can find this is the solution of the differential equation. So, the higher order that up to cubic order terms we have neglected. Now, this expression for omega, so we have written omega equal to omega 0 plus epsilon omega 1 plus epsilon square omega 2 as omega 1 equal to 0, and already we got the expression for omega 2. So, where this omega 2 we can write here. So, then this omega can be written in this form. So, you just see, unlike in case of linear system where the frequency does not depends on the amplitude. So, here the amplitude, there is a relation between this amplitude and amplitude A and this omega. So, this will actually give rise to the frequency response plot, where you can always plot this omega versus A versus. So, you can get different type of response. For a typical case, you may get a response like this also. So, here the response amplitude goes on increasing, then you can have. So, you can see you have multiple solutions. So, for example, this is one solution. So, you can see multiple solution. So, you have one solution here, this is another solution, this is another solution. So, you have, for example, in this particular case up to this thing. So, you have a single solution. So, for one value of omega you have one value of A, and after that thing, so you can see you can have, so up to this point you can have multiple, that means three value of A for a particular value of omega, and again after this thing you have a single value of A for a particular value of omega. So, in this region, so you have multiple value of A for a particular value of omega. So, out of all these solutions or equilibrium points, so some of them are stable and some of them are unstable. So, these things will, that stability analysis, when we will study the stability analysis, that time we will know more regarding this thing. Now, you can plot. So, as an assignment, so you can plot this x versus, so you can plot this x, variation of x with time. So, taking different initial condition. So, taking different initial conditions, so you can plot x versus time. So, by using this Runge-Kutta method you can plot, and by using this method, that is this Lindström-Poincare method, also you can plot this thing. So, here you can find different value of A with this omega, and you can plot this response. So, for example, for a particular value of omega, so let this is the value of A. So, from this curve you can compare by plotting this time response and this frequency response, you can compare this result. So, you just check whether for this value of omega you are getting this value of A or not. So, let us take one example. For example, this, let us solve this equation u double dot plus u plus 0.1 x q equal to 0. So, taking at t equal to 0, let us at t equal to 0 or x equal to 0.001 and x dot equal to 0.1. So, these are the initial conditions given to us, and now by using this Lindström-Poincare method, so we want to solve it. So, now from this equation, so you can, you know, your alpha 1 equal to 1 and u square, so it should be, let us take this equation in terms of x. So, this equation can be written x double dot plus x double dot plus x plus 0.1 x q equal to 0. So, here alpha equal to 1 and then x square, as x square is missing. So, your alpha 2 equal to 0. So, alpha 1 equal to 1, alpha 2 equal to 0 and alpha 3 equal to 0.1. If you compare this thing with your original equation, that is x double dot plus summation n equal to 1 to capital N alpha n x to the power n equal to 0. So, if you compare with this equation, now you have seen alpha 1 equal to 1. So, omega 0 equal to root over alpha 1, that is equal to 1, alpha 2 equal to 0 and alpha 3 equal to 0.1. So, from the expression what we have already written, that is omega equal to omega 0 into 1 plus 9 alpha 3 omega 0 square minus 10 alpha square by 24 omega 0 fourth into epsilon square a square. So, by taking this, for example, let us take epsilon equal to 0.1, epsilon equal to 0.1. So, we can write this omega equal to in this form. So, we got this omega equal to 1 plus 3 by 800 into a square. So, we can always plot this thing, this omega equal to 1 plus 3 by 800 a square. So, this is an assignment for you to plot this curve. So, this x can also be written x equal to epsilon a cos omega t plus beta minus epsilon square a square alpha 2 by 2 omega square omega 0 square into 1 minus 1 by 3 cos 2 omega t plus 2 beta. So, here you just note. So, now you substitute this equation. So, by putting this initial condition at t equal to 0, x equal to 0.001. So, 0.001 equal to, so this expression can be written. So, this is the thing. So, you got this is equal to 0.1 a cos beta. Similarly, now x dot, differentiating this equation, you can write this x dot equal to 0.1. So, 0.1 equal to minus 0.1 a omega sin beta minus 0.01 a square omega into 0 by 3 into sin 2 beta. So, this gives rise to minus 0.1 a omega sin beta. So, 0.1 a cos beta equal to 0.001 and 0.1 equal to minus 0.1 a omega sin beta. So, already we know the expression for a omega. So, omega equal to 1 plus 3 by 800 a square. So, by substituting this thing here, so in this equation, in these two equations, so we can write this a square equal to 0.0001 plus 0.1 by omega square and omega equal to, we can write this omega equal to 1 plus 3 by 800 a square. So, expression for a square first we have got. So, you just see now by squaring and adding also you can do it. So, this is cos beta, you can find the expression for a cos beta and a sin beta. So, for a cos beta equal to 0.001 by 0.1. Similarly, a sin beta equal to 0.1 by 0.1 will cancel. So, this is equal to 1 by omega minus 1 by omega will be equal to a sin beta. Now, squaring both the sides and adding, so you will get the expression for a square. So, a square you got the expression. Now, substituting that thing in this equation, so you can get omega equal to 1 plus 3 by 800 a square. So, this equal to 1 plus 3 by 800 into 0.0001 plus 0.1 by omega square. So, this way. So, this is equal to 1 plus, you can expand this thing. So, e to the power minus 7. So, this is e to the power minus 7. So, 1 plus e to the power plus 3 by this one, no problem. So, you can avoid this part also. So, you can write the expression for omega and then, or simplifying, more simplification way, if you write this is a cubic order expression in omega you will get. So, you can solve this thing. So, you can solve. So, there are several methods to solve this equation. So, for example, so you can take this Newton-Raphson's method, or you can take this method of. So, there are several methods you can use for finding the solution, several numerical methods you can use to find the solution of this thing, this polynomial equation. Okay. Otherwise, simply you can plot it. So, let this function f equal to, take f equal to. So, let me take f equal to 8000 omega cube minus 8000 omega square minus 3 equal to 0. So, you can plot omega versus this f. So, that at this is a cubic order polynomial. So, you can get 3 roots. So, you can see. So, it will chord this 0 line at 3 points. So, 1, 2 and so I have caught it at more points. So, you can caught it at 3 points. So, this is 1, 2 and 3 points. So, you can getting this value. So, this way you can find this value of omega. So, out of these 3 root you can see that one root may be real root and other 2 are complex numbers. You may get complex number as it is shown here. So, taking that value of omega, so you can find the expression for A, and from that thing you can get A equal to this. Then tan beta, you can find tan beta equal to dividing this cos and sine and cos, you can get tan. So, tan beta equal to this, from where you can get beta. So, the x can be written equal to 0.03226 cos 1.004 t minus 1.4707. So, you just see the frequency here equal to 1.004. Though your omega 0 equal to 1, the frequency with which it will oscillate equal to 1.004. So, this way, by using method of Lindstedt-Poincare method, so you can solve this nonlinear equation of motion. So, there is another method. So, modified Lindstedt-Poincare method is also, so which we will study at a later stage. So, let us see this thing. So, if you want to plot multiple plot at a using a single figure, so you can use the subplot command. So, last class I told you regarding that thing. So, in subplot command, so you can use subplot m n p, where m is the number of rows, n is the number of columns and p is the position where you want to place this figure. So, for example, this first one if you want to put, so you have to write. So, here you just see you have divided this thing into 3 row. So, you must write this is equal to subplot. So, this is 3 row. So, 3 and 2 columns and you are putting in the first position. So, let us see this. So, you have to write subplot 3 to 1. So, again subplot 3 to 2. So, if you are dividing the first part, you have divided into the first part you have divided into 2 columns, that is why you are putting 3 to 2. Then for the second one, so it will be 3 1 2 3 row, but in the second thing, so you have made only 1 column. So, that is why 3 2 3 1 2, then 3 1 3. So, you have divided. So, you just note the figure what I have shown you. So, you have divided the first row into 2 column, second row only 1 column and third row only 1 column. So, that is why the subplot command what you are using. So, here you are writing 3 2 1. So, this is 3 row 2 1 first position. So, this is 3 2 2, and but in this case you have to write subplot 3. So, you just see 3 row 1 column and second position. So, this is 3, 1 and third position. So, this way you can write and use the usual plot command in MATLAB to plot the plot similar to this thing. So, here I have shown the doping equation, for example, this equation x double dot. So, if you have this equation x double dot plus omega square x plus alpha x q equal to 0. So, if you want to solve this equation using ODE 45. So, the code is written here. So, first here, or if you want to use the straightforward expansion method. So, here it is written straightforward expansion method. So, in straightforward expansion method let you take 2 or 3 terms if you want to take. So, you can write. So, for example, here if I am substituting x equal to x 0 plus epsilon x 1. So, here you can write this differential equation. So, in this form you can write, then you can write expand this differential equation as you have a alpha x q, x you are substituting by x 0 plus epsilon x 1. So, you can expand that thing, then you collect the terms with order of epsilon. So, collect, so you can use this command collect. Similarly, by using Mathematica also, so this is the code written by using Mathematica. So, you can see this code. Okay. So, you can collect the coefficient and of the order of epsilon and then you can find the respective equations. Okay. So, for a simple pendulum also similar code is written for simple pendulum now by using, so derivation of equation of motion. So, using this Mathematica easily you can derive. So, you have written the expression for kinetic energy, written the expression for potential energy, then Lagrangian equal to T minus V, and then you can write down this equation of motion. In this way you can write down this equation of motion. So, you know the equation motion using Lagrange principle equal to d by dt of del L by del Q k dot minus del L by del Q k equal to 0. So, using this thing, so you can write. So, first you write the expression for, so expression for x we have written, then its velocity by differentiating we got, then kinetic energy can be written, potential energy can be written, then this equation of motion can be obtained from the Lagrange equation. This is the Lagrange equation. So, by writing that thing, so you can get, by arranging this thing, you can get this expression, that is theta double dot plus g by L sin theta equal to 0. So, this way by using this Mathematica, so you can write down this equation. Now, the sin theta you can expand equal to theta minus theta q by factorial 3 equal to 0. Now, you can use this straightforward expansion or this Lindstedt-Poincare method to find the solution. So, let us see another method, that is method of harmonic balance method. So, this is this method already you are familiar with when you are doing this method of variable separation. So, here given equation in terms of x, so always you can substitute a Fourier series in place of this x. For example, this x is written equal to m equal to 0 to m a m cos m omega t plus b m sin m omega t, or in the summation form single sum. So, you can write, either you can write sin and cos and sin, or you can use this thing either sin or cos. So, here it is written m equal to 0 to m a m cos m omega t plus m beta 0. So, where this beta 0 and a m are, so m is the amplitude and beta 0 is the phase. So, this way by substituting this equation in the original equation. So, let us take this original equation, this one. So, if I am substituting, for example, let us take only a single term. So, that is this. So, you just see the first term, if you substitute m equal to 0. So, m equal to 0. So, this cos 0. So, this becomes a 0, and for b 0. So, b 0 equal to 0. So, the first term becomes a 0 plus, then if I am taking the m equal to 1, this becomes, so let me write expanding this thing, I can write. So, this becomes a 0, first term becomes a 0, then plus a 1, so cos a 1 cos for m equal to 1. So, this is omega t plus m equal to 1 beta 0. So, one can write this way. So, if we are taking m equal to 0, so this becomes a 0. If you are taking m equal to 1, so you are getting this term a 1 cos omega t plus beta 0. So, let us take x equal to a 1 cos omega t plus beta 0, or this omega t plus beta 0 I can take equal to phi. So, in this way x equal to a 1 cos phi, by substituting x equal to a 1 cos phi in this equation. So, it can be written in this form, minus omega square minus omega 0 square a 1 cos phi plus half alpha 2 a square. So, you can get a term cos square theta or cos square phi. So, that thing is expanded by using this 1 plus cos 2 phi plus 1 by 4 alpha 3 a 1 q 3 cos phi. So, here you have a, so here you have 3 cos phi plus cos 3 phi equal to 0. So, you have a term cos q. So, cos q theta you can expand in this form. So, now you just collect the terms with cos phi. So, if you collect the term with cos phi, so this becomes minus omega square minus omega 0 square a 1 plus 1 by 4 alpha 3 a 1 q into 3 cos phi. So, and coefficient of cos phi, if we are substituting equal to 0, so then we can get this expression. So, this expression becomes omega square equal to omega 0 square plus 3 by 4 alpha 3 a 1 square. So, you just see this expression what you have obtained is not same as that what you have got in case of this Lindstedt-Poincare method. So, this omega square is this. Now, we can write this omega equal to root over this omega 0 square plus 3 by 4 alpha 3 a 1 square. So, by expanding this thing by binomial theorem, so we can write this thing omega 0 as this term is small in comparison to this. So, this half will be multiplied with this. So, this omega becomes omega 0 into 1 plus 3 by 8 alpha 3 by omega 0 square a 1 square. So, you have seen by taking a single term. So, we got the expression for omega, but this is not matching with the expression what we got by using this Lindstedt-Poincare method. So, we can take now two term. So, the first term, that is a 0, that is a constant term, and plus a 1 cos phi. So, by substituting these two in this governing equation, so we can get this expression. So, where, so these terms are coefficient of cos phi. So, this is first term is a constant term, then the second term is coefficient of cos phi, and the other terms, so some terms are coefficient of cos 2 phi and cos 3 phi also. So, as we have taken two terms here, so we can equate the constant term equal to 0 and also the coefficient of cos phi equal to 0. So, by doing that thing, so we got this expression. So, two expression we got. So, this is the constant term equal to 0 and this is the coefficient of cos phi equal to 0. So, constant, by putting this constant of a 0 equal to constant term equal to 0, we got the expression omega 0 square a 1 plus alpha 2 a 0 square plus half alpha 2 a 1 square plus alpha 3 a 0 cube plus 3 by 2 alpha 3 a 0 a 1 square equal to 0, and the second expression by substituting coefficient of cos phi equal to 0. So, we got this expression minus omega square minus omega 0 square plus 2 alpha 2 a 0 plus 3 alpha 3 a 0 square plus 3 by 4 alpha 3 a 1 square equal to 0. So, from this thing, so you just see this a 0 a 1, so all these terms are unknown. So, from this expression, so we can get this a 0 and a 1. So, here we can write this a 0 in terms of a 1. So, here by writing a 0 in terms of a 1, so we can write this way. For example, this is a 0. So, this a 0 can be written in terms of a 1 this way, and or okay. So, and then so from this thing, so from these two equation, a 0 can be written in terms of a 1 square, and this omega square also can be written in this form. So, you just see this expression is somehow similar to that what you have observed in case of this Lindstedt-Poincare method. So, here omega equal to omega 0 into 1 plus 3 alpha 3 omega square minus 4 alpha 2 square by 8 omega 0 fourth a 1 square. So, this way by taking more number of terms, actually you can get more and more accurate expression for omega. So, now you can plot this a 1 versus omega, a 1 versus omega to find the frequency response plot. So, this will give frequency response plot. So, this is as an assignment. So, you can find the frequency response plot, and also by using this Runge-Kutta method you can compare the solution here, and you can find the solution of a 0, you can find the solution. So, quickly let us see one more example. So, for example, this is a physical system of a vibration observer. So, in this case the equation of motion you can write by this expression. So, two equation motion you will get. So, one for x1 and one for x2. So, in this case, so this is a piezoelectric stack actuator, and one spring is attached to this thing. So, this spring and this piezoelectric stack actuator, they are in series, and here so the base is also excited and this mass is also subjected to a force. So, here you can see two frequency excitation. So, the base is excited y equal to y 0 cos omega 2 t, and this force is given f 11 cos omega t. So, by using nonlinear spring, so here two nonlinear springs are used. Here the spring expression will be, spring force will be k 1 x 1 plus k, no. So, this is vibrating with y. So, this relative displacement of the spring will be x minus y. So, it will be k 1 into x 1 minus y 1 plus k 1 3 into x 1 minus y cube. Similarly, here also we have a nonlinear spring. So, one can easily write down this equation of motion. So, which are nonlinear equation of motion. So, in this nonlinear equation of motion, so you can use the harmonic balance method. You can use this harmonic balance method. So, for example, so you can use this way, this harmonic balance method, u 1 equal to a tau 1 cos omega tau 1 minus I 1 tau 1, and u 2 equal to b tau 1 cos omega 1 tau 1 minus I 2 tau 1, and then by collecting the coefficient of cos and sine terms, so you can get this equation. So, here you can get this a 1 dot or a 1 dot, psi 1 dot, b dot and psi 2 dot will be equal to, so let this matrix is A. So, it will be A inverse into this B. So, from this thing, now for steady state this a 1 dot, psi 1 dot, b dot and psi 2 dot will be equal to 0. So, you will get a set of algebraic equation, and by solving those algebraic equation, so you can get this A and beta expression for A and beta. So, if you plot this A versus omega or beta versus B versus omega, so this will give you the frequency response plot. So, this is a paper published by Mohanty and Dwivedi in nonlinear dynamics. So, for details you can see this paper, and this way you can apply this method of harmonic balance to solve this nonlinear equation. So, next week we are going to study another 3 different methods, that is method of harmonic balance, method of averaging, and some newly developed methods to solve this nonlinear equation of motion. Thank you.